This video will show you how to replace your outside mirror on this Ford F-150. This is mounted to your front door. Let's get into it. Okay friend, let's get started on our job. The first thing we have to do is remove the door panel from this area. To do that, we're starting near the inside door handle. If you were looking just behind the handle itself, you're going to find a small trap door. Go ahead and use a small screwdriver or pick and pull that out of place. Quick inspection, set it aside. Behind that, you have two 8mm mounting bolts. Now let's remove our switch panel from this area. For this, I'm using a plastic trim tool along this groove. Make your way in, gently pry, lifting it up and away. Now underneath that, you're going to find that you have 4 electrical connectors. Let's start disconnecting those. Each of them is going to have a locking tab. Squeeze it in, pull it out of place. A quick inspection for corrosion as you continue on. This looks good, let's set it aside. Now behind this area, you're going to find a 10mm mounting bolt that needs to be removed. This one's fairly difficult to see, it's tucked inside this area. I want to drop it inside the door. Now we're continuing on along the speaker grill. We're going to gently start prying this out and away. We're starting with this side along the front, and then we'll roll it out along the rear side. A quick inspection of that, set it aside. Now with that grill out of the way, we're going to start removing our speaker. This is held in place with 4 5.5mm mounting bolts. That one seems as though it's stripped inside of the adapter. That's fine. Let's continue on. As you remove the door speaker, you're going to find that you have an electrical connector. You know what to do. Find the locking tab, squeeze it in, a quick inspection, and now we're going to tuck that inside of the door. Set the speaker aside for now. And all the way at the bottom of the door panel, you're going to find that you have 2 6mm mounting bolts that need to be removed. We'll take hold of the door panel, start lifting it up and pulling it away, but keep in mind you will have a cable that leads to the inside door handle. Now we can see that cable. We're going to first remove it from the outside housing by gently pulling out and away. You can pry if necessary. After that, the cable itself makes its way in and through this area. That can be fairly difficult to remove. Double check to make sure nothing's damaged in any way. Go ahead and set that panel aside. With that door panel out of the way, we have a clear view of the inboard side of the door where we can see the mounting hardware for our mirror and the electrical wiring harness. The electrical wiring harness has a locking tab, squeeze it in, pull it out of place. No corrosion. Moving along, you're going to find that you have 3 11mm mounting nuts. Now once you have the hardware out of place, you're going to find that the mirror is still technically held up against the door. We're just going to break that free by using our 11mm socket and pressing up against this area. Now once you've heard audible noise, you should be able to feel along the outboard side and feel that the mirror has pulled away from the door. Continuing on, we're just going to reach along the outboard side there. I'm holding the corner of the mirror. I don't want to press it in too far, but I do want to make sure it does not fall out of the door. Remove that final piece of mounting hardware and remove the mirror from the door. Take hold of that mirror along the outside of the door and remove it. There it is, friend. With the mirror out of position, the next thing you need to do is pay attention to the door where the brand new mirror is going to sit. We want to make sure we clean it and inspect it. I'm using some glass cleaner directly on a clean rag. We'll wipe this down. Obviously, you want to be extremely careful for your paint. Now it's time to install our brand new outside mirror. For this, I have it in the folded position. I'm going to take the studs and bring them through their ports. On the inside, we'll have our 11mm mounting nuts. We'll make sure we start on the mounting hardware before we release the mirror. Let's snug it up. Now that they're snug, I'm going to torque these to 22 foot-pounds. Now we'll plug in the electrical connector, make sure that's properly secured in place. We have the mirror fully mounted and tested. The next thing that we're going to do is start reinstalling our door panel. Along the back side, we have the inside door handle. We want to make sure we install the cable. We'll bring that into position and lock it down. Go ahead and press it in. After an audible click from that, you're going to give it a wiggle to confirm it's properly secured in place. Now we'll just make sure we do have access to the wiring through the port, and we're going to bring the door panel into place. As we bring it in on the door panel itself, there's several curved tabs. We want to pay attention to those in comparison to the slots that are on the door. Everything needs to align. We'll press this in and drop it down. One last thing, you also have your door lock knob. That needs to fit up and through the top of the door panel. Just trying to align that door lock knob first here. That's generally the hardest part. I can see it starting to make its way up and through. Let's continue on bringing this in, pressing it against the door, and sliding it down. After that, make sure you can see your wiring and make sure that you're also completely seated all the way around. Feels like it's out of place. Just gonna have to make my adjustments here. Once your panel's completely seated, we're going to continue on in the speaker port. On our speaker, we had one area that the adapter had come out of place, so we don't have a bolt to put in there. It's still attached. You can see it right there. The other adapters are still on there. We'll go ahead and plug this in and get it into place. Now we have our 3 mounting bolts. Obviously there should be 4, 1 for each corner. And obviously this one down here as well. Now we have our grill cover. When we bring this into position, you want to start with the 2 circular tabs first. So we're going to bring this over, align those tabs with their ports, and now we can start pressing this in. There we are. Now we have our 10mm headed mounting bolt that goes in and behind where the window switches were located. Snug that up. Now we have our switch panel. We'll start with the mirror switch, door lock switch, and then down to the windows. Mirror switch wiring, the gray connector. Door lock switch, green. Continuing on, we've got our blue, and then our dark gray. Double check to make sure they're all secured in place. We'll roll this in. We're starting with the inboard side, and then we'll lock it down with the outboard side here. Behind the inside door handle, we have our 2 8mm mounting bolts. I'm just going to start those in. Now it's time for our protective panel. The bottom has the 2 locating tabs, and we'll roll it up into the locked position. And now all the way at the bottom of the door panel, we have our 2 6mm mounting screws. Just go ahead and start them in and snug them up. Okay, friend, we finished the installation of our outside mirror. The next thing we need to do is test the functionality of the inside door handle. We need to make sure that works. Aside from that, the mirror itself. The directional should work down along the bottom, and you should be able to make any adjustments as necessary with your switch. Thanks for watching.